Hi, this is Beacon from the Voice of Hope. You're about to watch a video I put together for episode 18 for the episode with Kevin Simbita, Sean Patrick Fannin, and Cameron Cleveland. This is General McGruder briefing the Council of Hope on what the Tomorrow Legion, how it's set up, and the operations that are upcoming. You'll notice that in the lines of operation that were given, everything is spelled out in using the terminology from Sean Patrick Fannin's Freedom Squadron Plans and Operations. The intent is to kind of lay out the operations as if they are the scenes in a adventure. So it'll lay everything out in P&O information, so you could potentially build your adventures kind of using this idea. I hope you enjoy it. Lord Cope, ladies and gentlemen of the Tomorrow Legion, I am General McGruder, Commander of the Tomorrow Legion, and I'm here to brief you today as requested on the Tomorrow Legion's current and upcoming priorities. As y'all may be familiar, the current Tomorrow Legion lines of effort are broken into three areas of focus. First is refugee security. That includes securing Castle Refuge itself, securing the refugee routes in the west and the east for the refugees coming to the castle, and here recently we've got a new area of focus in stopping the growing retribution movement that announced itself on the assassination attempt against Beacon just a few weeks ago. We also have been focusing on alliance building, as the High Defender has pointed out, building our Confederation of tomorrow. We of course are focusing on maintaining our current alliances with Laszlo and New Laszlo, thus the High Defender not being here for the vote. In addition, we're also focusing on increasing our allies in the Great Plains and also reaching out to allies in the Magic Zone as well. And of course, with the Shamarian Declaration of Independence, this is an indication of another potential ally that we may need to send manpower and personnel to expand our lines of effort there. Finally, the line of effort for the Coalition and Federation of Magic Containment. Of course, everyone's aware that the Tomorrow Legion is definitely not the military powerhouse to stand toe-to-toe with the CS or Federation of Magic, even though our troopers and legionnaires are more than capable in one-on-one combat. However, to accomplish that, we do have some very deep-seated intel assets that are providing us with knowledge of the enemy's plans so we can amass our forces in the areas that they need. Also, however, we also need to work on focusing on building the Tomorrow Legion. That's bringing in new manpower to increase the number of battalions that we have. Unfortunately, right now, the Tomorrow Legion is generally reliant on Northern Gun and also with Wilkes for our weapon systems and armor. So we are been searching for a way to become more self-sustaining in those areas. And finally, we have a number of specialized teams focused on securing artifacts from the Tolkien War. Some of this is to keep those artifacts from falling into the hands of the CS, the Federation of Magic, or the Splugorth. However, some of those artifacts may also become very important for the future of the Tomorrow Legion. The Legion itself is actually built into two separate types of units. First is the Tomorrow Legion battalions. We currently have 3 combat battalions for the Tomorrow Legion. Each battalion is made up of 4 combined arms companies with about 200 soldiers each. In addition, each battalion also has a special powers company, which we have combined the arcane and psionic practicers into one combat formation. Approximately 200 to 300 special powered individuals are members of this company. And finally, a command and control support company that has anywhere between 150 and 200 personnel. Each company is represented by a chit normally, or sometimes we call it a token for planning purposes. The second combat formation that we use is our special units. Special units are formed from 2 to 4 individuals that are focused on a specific skill set. That's how we deal with specific specialized challenges. Some of the challenges that our plans boys have come up with are focused on either tactical, technical, interaction, or covert operations, if you will. Now, some of the teams have specialized knowledges in these areas. So, for example, special exploration teams, arcane anomaly teams, and community outreach teams are normally focused against tactical scenarios. Technical scenarios generally focus on arcane anomaly teams for the mystic elements, communication infrastructure teams, and cartography teams. Interaction challenges we normally put to emergency relief teams, communication infrastructure teams, or community outreach teams. And finally, for covert challenges, we normally give those to special exploration teams, emergency relief teams, or cartography teams. Now, our plans, boys, have further identified how we break up our mission assets. So we normally measure each mission in a difficulty and complexity, and this kind of helps us identify how many teams we're going to put against those kinds of efforts. So normally a low difficulty and not very complex situation may only require one team. On the far end, generally a high difficulty and extremely complex situation may require anywhere from 8 to 12 teams. So the information you have on your screen is generally our general planning for how we employ our special teams for planning purposes. So you can see the first new line of operation that we are focused on is rescuing the Ironheart Avengers, as was defined by the Council of Hope in the situation we are currently looking at. The mission assessment is this is a high complex, medium difficulty, high risk operation. So from our assessment to accomplish this mission, which requires 3 phases, it's probably a balanced mission, so we're looking to employ at least 1 arcane anomaly team, 1 emergency outreach team, 2 special exploration teams, a community outreach team, 1 entire magic company, and 1 entire standard company of the Tomorrow Legion. It's a fairly resource significant event. In addition with that, in counterbalance is also the Cannibal Alliance counter operation. Similarly, the mission assessment is a high complexity, medium difficulty, high risk operation as well. This one in our looking at also is looks like to be a 3-phase mission as well. However, this one probably requires a very interaction heavy mission, so we intend on sending 1 special exploration team, 1 arcane anomaly team, 1 cartography team, a community outreach team, a communications infrastructure team, and 2 standard companies of the Tomorrow Legion, although it might need anywhere up towards a full battalion to support it. And the final mission, the anti-harvester cult mission, surprisingly, our initial assessment looks like this mission will be an extremely complex, high difficulty, high operational mission. Some of this is from our actual precognitive planners who don't necessarily have a strong feeling about this mission, and they feel that it might be quite dangerous and could significantly affect the face of North America. So for this mission, we're suggesting a heavy tactical and covert mission. So that will require 2 Tomorrow Legion standard companies, 1 Tomorrow Legion Mage Psi company, 2 set teams, 1 emergency infrastructure team, 2 community outreach teams, 2 arcane anomaly teams, and a cartography team. Of course, all 3 of these missions are definitely looking to use resources that we are still in the process of training, developing, or acquiring. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have. If you have any questions, please let me know.